This conference will now be recorded.
All right, everyone. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. And as always, everything that we're going to be talking about today is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. Excuse me. So it looks like we're following a trend in what we're seeing going into the pre-market, and things are taking a very long time to kind of develop and really kind of give us anything to go on. Our pre-markets have just been really lackluster, not anything too special. But this morning we got some things to look at. So first thing, WBA, Walgreens. Obviously, they did not do very well on their earnings. Because we could see it coming all the way from our top where we have about 64 all the way down to almost 57, which is not a good move for any type of stock. But the one thing about this, again, is that we've just been seeing a lot of this. Not a ton of bigger money coming in the earlier morning. All right, we've seen these Laker colors, and this is really what it comes down to. Again, we want to look when we find something like this. We want to find the lowest, and we want to find the highest. All right, so if we come down here, we can see 59 is not the highest. We have 58, 59 right here. Okay, and that's 58 there. So we have, So pretty much 58, 59 is going to be the low side of where we're looking for things. And then the high side we can see right there is just going to be that 60.05. Okay, so 60.05, we want to be bullish above, we want to be bearish below that 58. Now, just because that 58 right now is underneath it does not mean it's bearish, because the problem is that when we come back up here, we don't really see any type of controlling prints that tell us that this stock has to continue to keep going down. And that's a big problem at this moment. We know we're going to get covering. The stock is down a substantial amount. What we want to see is that money, that new selling coming in to tell us that it's going to be able to continue. Without new selling, we're going to end up coming right back up. So overall with Walgreens, we definitely need to see a better show of hand, but we really have, some good information there looking at those prints. So bullish above that 58, and then bearish below that bearish below that 58, and then bullish above that 60.05-ish, or the numbers that we just went over. Next one looking at is ADMA. Now, I'm not a big fan of this one at all, and the reason being is that the volume's been consistent, and it's holding, it's just kind of moving along. But it's another one where it's not really giving us a great show of hand anywhere. I mean, we could see, some interesting prints that have came in at, below the bid. And then also as we go back up, we just had more below the bid. So I'm going to go with the one that just happened, the most recent, because that's usually what we're going to see happen, the closer to the market. Okay, the further it happens out in the market, a lot of times the more delayed, and the further it happens once the market starts to open. So we're same type of deal right here. What we want to do is we want to sit here, we want to look at the prints, we want to find where the lowest ones are, the highest ones are, and we're going to go bullish above, bearish below. So if we look at it, okay, we're talking about pretty much 580 looks like our lowest. And then our highest right here looks like 614, 617. Okay, so those are the two numbers that we're going to be looking at. Same type of deal, but once again, we're going to need to see better prints coming into here, and it's just not this morning. It's just they're not really there yet. Not a great show of hand really anywhere that I've seen so far. So we know what we're looking for. It's just a matter of getting it. Keep in mind too, ADMA is you can short it, so no matter what, we're going to have a trade coming into this. So this is certainly something that I'm going to be following. Probably the number one stock I'll be looking at this morning. Next one, SGMO. So the thing about SGMO is I hate it. And the reason I hate it is because this stock has moved up so much on literally nothing. You're talking about it going from this print line right here, about 953, all the way up until it really started getting any type of consistent volume, pretty much 1280, which is just an absurd amount for a stock to be able to move without really getting any type of trade. Now, yeah, of course, I know the orders are thin, and I know before 8 o'clock this morning they were going to be even thinner, but that's just a way too large of a move, especially when we can see where we have the bid prints that came in at 14, and we didn't get any real buying up around that 15 level. Okay, we got a little bit that was coming in around the 60s and the 70, 1460s and 1470s, but just not even close to enough that I saw here that really shows us that this thing should be able to go back up and break 15. But just like all of our cheaper stocks, even though it went up on on nothing, okay, we did have some consistent volume once it got up there. So really what we're going to be looking for it to do is hold this 13 level. Okay, if it holds 13, it's looking pretty good with some type of show of hand. And if it doesn't, then we're going to have a real nice short all the way back down to that print line. So nice setups there, like what I see. And the only other thing that I have going on out there is Riot. And Riot's on our side list. It is 100% not going to be a regular listed stock, because look what it's going up on. Absolutely nothing, but that's a really, really big move for a stock like Riot. And I do like, we can see that there is new buying that's coming in underneath there. So we can see it right here in the minor. We can see it right here, right about 490. And everywhere, it has a little bit that's sitting there. Now, keep in mind, we need 5. We need to see what's going to happen at 5. Right now, I would never take a 13-cent trade or a 15-cent trade up to that 5 level, because once it gets to 5, if we start to print, which most likely, if it does get there, we're going to see, being 5 being such a big psychological level, we need to wait. I mean, there's just it's too far, it's too close to 5 for us to be able to do anything with it yet. So we're going to need a little bit more information. That's why it's sitting on our side list. And other than that, that pretty much looks like it, guys. I don't see anything else out there that I care too much about. Let's see if we have anything new on our scanners. OVID, 24,000. That's not going to do anything for us. Dow 120 is new. Let's see. Let's see. Interesting. Looks like there's no volume behind it. And let's see if that's true. Okay, so Dow jumping up a substantial amount on absolutely no volume. Let's see the prints that we have here. So that was yesterday. It looks like all selling. Okay, so I'm going to put Dow on our list, and Dow is looking real short right now, based off of the fact that there's just nothing. There's just absolutely nothing for us to be able to to show that this stock should be holding up here. I mean, there's absolutely no real buying that would bring this thing all the way from our print line down here at 52.25 up to 55. So it's looking like this thing's going to come right back down. So that's definitely an interesting one that we'll be watching. NIO, I am not even going to talk about, because that's something that if you're looking to trade very, very long term, then that's something within itself. And that pretty much looks like it. I've never seen, isn't that really, really weird, especially with nothing there? So, I look like buying at 56.50. Okay, so you're making, let's see, look like buying at 56.50. Let's just take a look. So that was a pretty large assumption. Okay, so what would be buying, Jack, 56.50? I'm going to have to assume you meant selling, just because it's in a extreme downtrend. But either way, okay, so if we look over here, we definitely did just get some nice sell prints that came in at 57. So, certainly something for us to, you saw buying on your tape with an extreme, that's odd. Don't mind me. But I get dodo prints. Okay. Yeah, I see. I definitely see selling. And it's just interesting, just because of the fact that we have an extreme downtrend. It would have been very hard to see buying coming back in there. But either way. All right, guys. Anything else out there that I missed? Anything good that we got going on that I did not see? All right, you got it all. So it's not a bad morning. I'm very interested in Dow right now. So that's going to be one of my top ones. And then, like I said, I do like ADMA, considering the fact that we can go both ways on it. You don't have to look for anything on short, and you don't have to request any type of short shares. Okay, so Roku, really simple right here is that it needs to pull back underneath 68 based off that selling. It's got plenty of buying. Don't get me wrong. There's no reason in the world that this thing can't break up above 70. Just needs to pull back more. So, yep, Roku definitely just look for a trigger to break down underneath that 68. Did have some selling at 67 as well. All right. All right, guys, so remember, Traders Exchange 1230, make sure that you have everything I requested, okay? Exact prints, every variable, entries, exits, times, and anticipations. All right, guys, so I'll talk. Well, like I said, I'm going to be very quiet. I'm not going to be answering any type of questions. I'm not going to be putting much out there, okay? Today's a day that I want you guys to not really kind of do it without the help, and then so we can go from there and kind of see where we're lacking within our strategies, all right? So I will talk to everyone there. Happy trading.